Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers items, bosses, characters, everything. I am Gary Butterfield, and with me as always,
is
the
me.
Boom XL from the Womb XL, Will Hughes.
Yeah. Wow. That's a big intro to live up to.
Let me take that. Let me try the alternative here.
Yeah, sure.
The man who puts the Boom XL in the Womb XL, Will Hughes.
I don't know that I can live up to that at all.
Which one's worse?
Oh,
I don't.
They're both me putting something of mine that is the Boom XL into.
How about with me as always is my cellar feller.
See,
Will
that
Hughes.
I like.
Is that cuter?
Like, yeah. Hi.
It's my basement buddy.
Hi, I'm the cellar fella. No, that's a little cakey.
Yeah, little Kiki does not belong in the cellar. Little Kiki's an attic creation. Yeah. So welcome to episode 1 of Everything to Guppy. We're going item by item, and eventually bosses will be sprinkled in. You guys will figure it out, and trinkets as well coming in. What are we talking about today, Will?
Today we're talking about the sad onion.
Sad onion. Answering some people's questions. We're not doing this alphabetically. We're doing it in item order, so you can follow along if you open up your game and hit something on that menu. I don't remember.
Yeah, tab. Just hit tab sometimes.
Yeah, drink a tab and follow along. The sad onion. This is a Tears Up. Unlocked automatically. Passive. Pretty good Tears Up.
Yeah, not bad. I'm so glad we're starting with such an exciting item.
This is wait till you get to lunch. Yeah. Did you know this was the first item designed by Edmund for the Binding of Isaac?
I only know that because we're both looking at the same wiki page.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So what is there to say about this? So the first, so it's a Tears Up, not a Tears Delay up, which is a thing that we will talk about as the show goes on, because there's a weird difference that is only of interest to, like, I don't even know if we're interested in it.
Yeah, it's only of interest to half the people on this call right now.
Yeah, but what it means is it gives you an increase to your fire rate as you're crying, and but it can't go past the tier cap, which is 5.
This is interesting. Like, it's neat to me that this is the first item because it kind of tells you where Edmund's head was at when he was coming up with items. Like, well, he cries, so what would make him cry more? Oh yeah, sad onion.
Yeah, chopping onions. Do you have that in real life? Do onions make you cry when you chop them?
I used to, Gary, and then I watched a little video from a guy by the name of Mr. Gordon Ramsay that taught me how to chop an onion without making me cry.
Don't cry, you fucking donkey.
Yeah.
He says.
Yep. He just
hello. Don't cry, you fucking donkey.
Now who's that? Who's that, Gary? Is that
if you cry, you owe me $70 dues.
Gordon Ramsay's Australian cousin, Gordo Ramsay.
He's right.
Hello, I'm Gordo Ramsay.
Gordy Ramso is his Canadian. Gordo Ramso is actually a He-Man villain. Gordo Ramsay is his Canadian.
I think that's going to be Gordy Ramsay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're just Gord.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Sometimes Canadians are just named Gord, like the pumpkin. Anywho.
Yeah. No. R.I.P.
Did you
Gord.
notice since this is so like an early item, so it gives you where their head is at. I think that's interesting because it's kind of before. It's not an abusive item.
No, it's just like, what makes people cry?
Yeah, and it gets a very elaborate animation. One of the things that I want to talk about through the show, one of my all-time favorite things about The Binding of Isaac, one of my all-time favorite games, is that the way that your character physically transforms, like with your journey through the game. So you get a little story of what happened to Isaac by looking at your final sprite. And this one it's big, like it's animated, like you actually just cry more visibly
because of the sad onion. It's funny that I just realized it's funny that it's a sad onion. Like the onion is making itself cry.
And it
actually clicked for me.
And if you look at the item, it's literally crying. Like it is. Yeah. He's having a rough time. It looks like a Super Mario Bros. 2 onion crying.
All right, and now we're going to do my favorite section of the show, which is seed time, which is our ASMR portion.
Okay.
Where I very quietly and slowly read a seed that will get you this item.
Okay. Lay it on me.
T. Z. F. 1. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. B0TK. I anticipate that joke lasting for 2 more episodes before I get very bored with it.
As long as we don't have to do any stings for any normal segments like that, I'm happy with segments.
Yeah,
yeah, we can
no
add no stings except for Trinket Sundays and boss fight Sundays. So yeah, I mean, I think that might be it for Sad Onion.
Yeah.
I do. So here's another segment that we'll put in. The ASMR.
Will this segment give me the tingles?
It might. And this segment is, would you re-roll?
Gary, don't legitimately give me tingles on the call, please. Not on the first episode.
It's all jokes until somebody tingles.
That's right.
Would
all
you
jokes,
re-roll?
so it's a fetish.
Yeah. Would you re-roll the Sad Onion?
No. I never re-roll anything that gives me tears up. I love that stat so much.
I'll do you one better. I don't re-roll anything that's DPS, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking DPS.
DPS is the king in The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth and The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Not to mention Wrath of the Lamb.
Ooh, base Isaac too.
Oh, base Isaac, yeah, indeed. Weird Flash Isaac.
I've never played Weird Flash Isaac. We should talk about it sometime.
It's real weird. That'll be a special. Who knows what day of the week that'll fall on. If you like this show, this is a short show. That's why we're wrapping it up now. And we're going to record a bunch of them. If you like this show, here are some things you can do. You can go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv, support the network in general. And since it's a new show, you should rate and review it on iTunes. It's a big deal when a show starts out. It's how we get some traction.
I would love to have a rating or a review for a podcast that I did that was not from my mom or best friend. So.
You hear that, guys? That's the challenge.
Yeah.
The Will You Self-Pity
Look,
challenge.
If you're my mom or best friend right now, fuck off.
Yeah, that's the challenge. How fast can you go fuck yourself, Mom?
Oh, Gary, that was weirdly fitting given the game we're talking about.
The alternative tagline before I settled on the man who puts the Boom XL in the Boom XL was
strong emphasis on settle there.
My partner in the psychosexual journey to the center of your mom was the other thing I had planned, but I just really like the Boom XL. So, anywho, good night, everybody.
Good night.